the 13th of October of 2021. We are departing Portside Ventura Marina. And there's a look in the rear view with a big old tourist boat behind us. Nice and sunny today so far. You can see some waves coming in here that break over the points. There's a look at what we're going to depart. Red buoys, Portside. See some waves breaking over there on the beach. Anyway, that's a look at how we depart.
Off our port is Point Dume, or Dume, D-U-M-E, and the Malibu Riviera.
I do believe that in the distance, off that point, is LA. So that's as close as I want to get to it again in my life, if I can help it. Looks like they got a cruise ship out there. And you can see the outline of all the buildings. Nice and calm out. All the people on the hillside. But nice day. Just a look at how close container ships can get to you out here. We have hailed him, but he's not answering. Actually, our buddy boat Jungle, excuse me, our buddy boat Jungle has hailed him. He has not responded, but he has changed his course since we do have the right-of-way. But that's how close we get to these big container ships out here. Sometimes even closer, which we don't like because their wakes are so big. Doesn't look like there's a stitch of yard between any of those homes, condos, businesses, whatever, all is there. They are just stacked and packed. Got a fire going on up here, not sure where or what. But we'll be heading into Redondo Beach moorings, where we'll pick up a mooring ball for the night. So we made it in here to the Redondo Beach moorings. So they got all these mooring balls in here that you can see. And it is a two-line system to moor up to it. Here's the breakwater with all of the birds on it. Ricky opening my hatches for me. But yeah, you can see how some of this gets done. Get out here. So each mooring ball has a float that stands up on it. You can see it on Jungle here, just right there. That little float. You grab it, pull it up, grab the loop, attach it to your forward cleat, grab the sand line, which is a thin line that you can see here on ours. And it pulls up the second line and you hook that on your aft cleat. So it kind of holds you, I guess, a little bit better in place just because of how tight the moorings are in here. I'll go forward and show you how nasty ours is, but pretty windy in here. so just bear with me. But we got hotels, it appears, and business places, restaurants. We are very close. So in front of that boat, powerboat with the green Dodger and Bimini, in front of the powerboat here, Journey, is the Seal Dock. And the dock you have there is called the Bait Dock. But here's what I was talking about, that if you haven't seen them before, they float in the water. This is what ours looks like. My preference would be to have the dang thing off my deck. But Ricky doesn't want to do it, so I'll let him do it that way. But anyway, this is where we are for the night. And not very deep in here. I didn't get a chance to look at that real quick when we came in. I was busy at the helm. But wasn't terribly deep in here, so I'm not sure how we get off of these and which direction we go to get back out, because we are right at the entrance coming in here. So I'll go back here and try to get a shot out from the back side here. There you go. So now you can see there's the entrance that you have to come in. So we're really close to the entrance here. You can also see that little spherical buoy standing up for the next person to grab that particular buoy. A lifeguard boat coming in. But we will be listening to the seals all night. $30 a night for a mooring buoy. But it's really kind of nice here. Anyway, there's a look at Redondo Beach, moorings, anything you want to do. You're going to take your dinghy clear down there somewhere and see what you can find. But you can see these big mooring balls here. Their floats don't even stand up. They just, the lines just float in the water for you to grab with your boat hooks. So anyway, that's the way it is. Alright guys, just a quick look this morning as we're getting ready to leave Redondo Beach moorings. The sun's up. It's about 7:15 a.m. obviously. Sun's coming up. Wind did pick up last night. Santa Anas are supposed to come in here tomorrow. But there's some pretty good wind going. You can see the wind vane on the bait dock really hooking it. But just kind of a brief look today. We stayed this way all night, which is nice. Good for a change. We're not rolling around. Really calm anchorage. The seals did not bother us. We did have somebody on a horn last night doing the horn going beep 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 beep, and it was a consistent going on. But anyway, they finally settled down. And so in case nobody knows what that means, that's a shave and a haircut, 2 bits. But we'll get this going here. Just fired up the engine, let it warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna head off for Dana Point, and we'll spend 3 days there. We'll depart on the 17th and head to San Diego, where we'll sit for 15 days and then head to Ensenada on the 1st of November. So there you go. There's today.
Corner. You didn't even go around the buoy.
No, he just went right out here. And we're rocking and rolling this morning out here. Coming right out of the breakwater. From behind the breakwater, sorry. wave prediction, we have 3-foot swells out here.
4 here.
4 here and 3 out farther. Is that
3
what it
out,
was?
yeah.
Yeah.
3 at Dana Point.
So 3 at Dana Point and 4 here. So you can tell by the rocking and rolling that, yeah, we have some here. And so far, the RPM meter is working. RPM gauge, not meter, gauge. And the hour meter is working. So whatever I did yesterday has worked so far. Seals on the buoy, marker buoy, as always. The seals settled down in this anchorage last night pretty well. Didn't have any issues there. So as I said before, we just had the guy playing with his horn. But overall, 2-line tying to a mooring ball really is nice. Keeps you one direction. You don't have a bunch of bouncing and rolling and rocking and rolling. It was just a gentle roll, wouldn't you say?
It was a nice night last night.
Yeah.
Very comfortable, protected behind that breakwater was good.
Yep.
Of course, the wind was coming from the east, so it blocked it really well.
Yeah, the breakwall blocked it pretty well.
Coming from the west, sorry. No, it was the east. Yeah.
He doesn't know which direction. It just came from the other side of the breakwall. You know, you get turned around out here until you get the sun coming up in the east over here. So, anyway, watch your white buoy there. We're on our way. Yeah, there's a military helicopter that is following a high-speed boat coming right at us up here. So I'm just going to try to do some videoing and see what is happening up here. We're not sure what it's doing. But it is definitely tracking it. So I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. There's a ship right there. The helicopter is just on its bow. The boat that it's following is just to the helicopter's nose, and actually it's coming, looks as if it's coming our direction. So I'm just gonna hold tight here. There's a lot of ships out here. I mean, look at all this. But I'm gonna hold tight here and see what the helicopter does with this fast-moving, smaller boat. See more than one to our starboard, but I am watching the helicopter there. And they don't seem to have any other ships that I see initially here to our starboard. They're all to our port, except for that guy right there. He's just off our bow to the starboard side. And now our helicopter and little boat are just between my spreaders. My spreaders, my shrouds. My spreaders happen to be quite a bit taller, and I do know the difference. Just misspoke. Now the helicopter came off of that boat. He's continuing, and the boat seems to have deviated some. Yep, the helicopter's coming back around. So here's a quick look coming into Dana Point. Again, really reminiscent of San Francisco, LA, everything else there. And we got a bunch of sailboats out here to maneuver through. Who would have guessed you would have this many in a cluster on a Thursday afternoon? So it's got to be a sailing club or a regatta of some sort. So you can see jungle up there ahead of us. We'll stop, we'll pick up fuel, and then head to our slip and get tied up. But that's a look at at Dana Point, and we'll give you a better look once we get tied up and settled for the day. Okay, we made it to Dana Point, and we are as far in this big marina as we can go because there's a bridge here that does not open. And I hesitate at stepping out any farther because it is like super windy. But you can maybe see that it goes down even further. So just follow the mast all the way down. Try to stick this out there. You can see some houses on the hillside, so it goes down into there. So our buddy boat is on that side, clear down there on M dock. We are on the opposite side on A dock, and we have to so in order to get to the other side where there could be where all of the restaurants and shops are, we go off the boat down this walkway through the gate. There's a couple gentlemen walking down there. You walk down there, then you go up the steps. You're gonna go up the steps there, or you can come down here and go up all these stairs to get up on the top. Then we have to walk all the way across the bridge and go all the way down to that tan, it looks like an electrical box, and take a right and walk all the way down there. It's about a good 15-20 minute good brisk walk. It's a good exercise. So here we are on the 16th of October 2021, and this is the pump out dock where you see the seals right there. Yesterday that dock was pretty well filled with seals, except for where you see the little gated grate right in there. But yeah, a little tough for anybody to pump out when the seals lay right there sunning and having fun. Dana Point Harbor Patrol. So here's where we come in. Here's where we'll go out. And that is a bait dock that we saw yesterday from the restaurant we were sitting in that's on this side of the harbor. Got a nice beach over there. See that beach over there?
Yeah.
Cool. Beautiful day. Kayakers out here. There's a guy on one of those jet ski things, you know, that lift you up. He's out there playing. A little windier out there from the looks of it. But you always have the kayakers and whatnot in here. And there goes that fishing vessel on the other side of the breakwater.
Yeah, the birds
Oh, that was a
him.
parasail boat. That's what that one was. Seen those a lot in Commencement Bay. Now that's what I call a team effort in rowing. Morning. You can hear them. Dana Outrigger Canoe Club. Kind of cool. Appears to be Nordhaven Yacht Club. But you gotta look at Betty Boop on the red and white polka dot elephant. How cool. So looks like we got powerboat racing the sailboats coming out of the harbor. They're gonna go down the channel here and out. So we'll just take a look real quick. Nobody we know, but just kind of cool sight. So we got 3 sailboats with their sails up and 1 without that's coming here. Actually, we're gonna have 5. 2 without their sails up and 3 with. And a powerboat. So pretty cool. So we've come around the point here at the channel. Came in from clear down there. And we went all the way down here looking for the anchorage in here. And we have finally found it. Looks like we got 3 boats anchored in here so far that we can see. We had some friends that, fellow boaters, going south like us, came in last night, decided they were going to anchor, excuse me, and took a look at this anchorage, didn't like the looks of it, and decided to get a guest slip over on this side of the marina, which is the West Cove. We're in the East Cove. But they decided they didn't like this anchorage, and I can kind of see why. There's not a whole lot of room for swinging or very many boats in here. There's a better look. But you can go ashore. Looks like might be able to tie up your dinghy over there somewhere. But a ton of boats coming out right now, as you saw in just an earlier little clip. But I think you have to anchor behind the yellow buoys. I'm trying to see if I can block the wind, but I'm not quite sure which way to do it. So anyway, there's a beach down here. So if you were going to be here a while, you could always dinghy in, but that's the only way you're going to get to this side of the shore. So far, we have not seen any restaurants on this side. They are over on the East Basin side, a ton of them. So we'll see what we find here. I think this one's the, what was the name of this yacht club?
I don't know.
Can't remember now. Come sail with us, Dana Point Junior Sailing Program. So it could be with all those people out in the outriggers. Try to get around this point and get away from the wind. Maybe. Comes off of the cliffs, I'm sure. Swoops right down here in the channel. And makes all this wind. But yeah, there's just not a lot of room in here to anchor. So all you really have is from the yellow buoy here. There, just in front of that sailboat. That little one. To that sailboat over here to where that kayaker is next to the breakwall.
And they're lettered H-I.
Yeah, they're all lettered.
F-G-R. So it's like maybe they assign you a spot
in that area.
Anchor.
Don't know how that works, but
I don't know.
glad we chose not to do that. Okay, and here's a look at the beach. A lot of things going on there. This guy motoring out, getting his sails set. Or trying. There, here's this guy coming out, heeling over pretty good, making his turn coming out.
Yeah, it's hard to see around those sails.
Very hard to see around them. So this is the Dana Point Yacht Club. So just to put this in a little bit of perspective, we're on the pedestrian walkway, and in the distance you can see the bridge. Our boat is on the other side of that bridge, so we have walked all the way down the channel, all the way around the outside, all the way around, and we're just making this 360. And now we're here on the west side. Now we've got to walk back over, cross the bridge, and go back down to the east side. So we've had a pretty good walk this morning.
Yeah.
It's nice, weather's nice, but kind of gives you a perspective of this marina on the west side as opposed to the one that's on the east side as well.